do active metals whose reduction potential is negative, they have more activity, they have more tendency to release electrons. How do these active metals react with acids? So we are taking few metals. Let us take a zinc metal. It is reacting with HCl to produce a gas which is called as hydrogen gas. Similarly, zinc can react with H2SO4 to produce zinc sulfate and hydrogen gas here. And zinc can also combine with nitric acid to produce zinc nitrate and hydrogen gas. So in this manner, whatever be the active metal, whether it is zinc, whether it is iron, it can also do the same action. Whether you are taking magnesium, combining with any of the inorganic acid, all of these acids, they are capable of producing hydrogen gas on reaction with the active acids. So this is the way how these active metals they react, and this hydrogen gas so evolved it can be checked by bringing a burning candle near this gas. Then it burns with a popping sound. The popping sound is produced because this hydrogen combines with oxygen in the presence of combines with oxygen to produce water, and production of water, which is a liquid producing popping sound during the combustion of hydrogen gas. So this is the activity which is performed to see the action of the active metals with inorganic acids like HCl, H2SO4 and HNO3. Then we have the another question number 3. How do metal carbonates and metal bicarbonates react? So it is very much clear that metal carbonates they combine with the acids to produce 2NaCl plus H2O plus carbon dioxide. Similarly, metal bicarbonates they also combine with acids to produce NaCl plus H2O plus CO2. So metal carbonates and bicarbonate they combine with inorganic acid. They are producing metal salts, water along with carbon dioxide that is produced during their reaction. So for this activity we can take about half gram of the metal carbonate or bicarbonate, and we can add 2 ml of acid to this solution, taking in the your China dish or in a test tube. Now pass the evolved gas through the delivery tube and pass this gas through the lime water. The carbon dioxide so produced, if it is passed through lime water, it will definitely turn lime water milky. It will produce CaCO3 which settles at bottom and produces milkiness in the solution. Along with that it produces water. So this is the way how it reacts. Second is the calcium carbonate, it combines with water in the presence of excess of CO2. If CO2 is passed for a long time through the lime water, then milkiness that will disappear due to formation of calcium bicarbonate. It is not milky. Milkiness disappears. So you can be asked the question, what happens when excess of carbon dioxide is passed through lime water? So initially it will become milky, but after some time the milkiness goes off. It is mainly because of the fact that excess of carbon dioxide converts calcium hydroxide and calcium carbonate into calcium bicarbonate, which is water soluble and does not produce your any you can say the milkiness in the solution, because calcium carbonate has changed. This has changed into calcium bicarbonate. So this was our question number 3. How do metal carbonates and metal bicarbonates they react with acids? Then we come to the action of acid base acid and bases. How do acid and bases they react among themselves? Let us see. This is our question number 4. So whenever acid and bases they react together, they produce salt and water. It is a very common experience if some elder person is suffering from acidity in our house, then from our common knowledge we are likely to provide him with the Digene, or we will provide him with some basic medicine so that the acidity of the stomach it should be neutralized and the patient should get relief from that anxiety or irritation or the itching which is happening in his stomach due to acidity. So in this case what we are doing, acid and bases whenever they combine they produce salt and water, and the salt so produce it may be acidic, it may be basidic, but intensity of the acid that will be reduced and the formation of water that will also reduce the irritation in the stomach. So how do acids and bases they react? This is also called as neutralization reaction. So whenever a strong base reacts with a strong acid, both of them they are strong. This is strong acid, this is strong base, this is strong acid. They combine to give you salt and water. The salt of strong acid and strong base, it is always a neutral salt in water, and pH of this solution will be 7 because both are having the parts of strong base and strong acid. So whenever they are dissolved in water, they will again produce NaOH and HCl, which will mutually neutralize each other. So strong base and strong acid they produce the neutral salts which do not harm our system, digestive system. If one of the acid or base it becomes weak, then the heat evolved that will be less than that. In this case, the heat evolved is 57.1 kilojoule per mole. But if you are having a salt, strong acid, it is neutralized with weak base. Then product is again H2O plus ammonium chloride, and in this case the heat evolved that will be less than that of 57 kilojoule. It will be round about 55.2 kilojoules. It means the heat difference of this that is round about 1.9 kilojoule, which is used up in the ionization of ammonium hydroxide here. Similarly, we have another case where acid is weak, acetic acid vinegar, it is a weak acid, it combines with strong base and produces sodium acetate. Along with that it produces water. Again here heat is less, in this case it will be around about 57.6.1 kilojoule. So why heat is reduced in these cases? The reason for that is the weak counterpart, whether it is weak base or whether it is weak acid, they are not able to furnish fully, they are not able to ionize completely. They produce lesser number of OH ions, but the strong counterpart it is producing more ions. To neutralize those ions, we have to spend some energy for their complete ionization. Therefore, net energy evolved that will be less than the expected value because that energy has been used up in the ionization of the weak acid or weak base. So weak acid and weak bases they consume some of the heat produced during the neutralization reaction of the acids and bases. Then we come to the reaction of metallic oxides with acids. So metal oxides they also react with the acid and are producing salt plus water. So and they behave as metal oxide, they behave as the basic compounds because they react with acids to produce salt and water. So this will be our question number 5. oxides react with inorganic acids. These are HCl, HNO3 and H2SO4. So metal oxides, they react with these acids to produce salt and water. For example, we have calcium oxide combines with 2HCl to produce CaCl2 plus H2O. Then we have the next compound Na2O combines with H2SO4 concentrated to produce Na2SO4 plus water. Similarly, we have other oxides. For example, we have MgO, it combines with 2HNO3. We are taking the action of all acids to produce magnesium nitrate plus water. So all the oxides, whenever they are combining with the acids, they produce the salts and water. So metal oxide, they combine with acid to produce salt and water, and these solutions, they will be, now in this case, these are the counterparts of the strong base and strong acid, strong base and strong acid, strong base and strong acid, and similarly here. So the salts of these solution, they will salts produced in these solutions, they will be neutral, and the pH of these solutions, that will remain 7. Then we have the next activity action of non-metal oxides. Now non-metallic oxides and bases, with bases, they react with bases. So how do non-metal oxides react with bases? So non-metal oxide, this is SO2 combined with NaOH, giving you Na2SO3 plus water. Similarly, we have carbon dioxide combining with 2NaOH, it will be giving you Na2CO3 plus water. Carbon dioxide combining with calcium hydroxide, we just saw this reaction, giving you calcium carbonate sitting at the bottom and water. Similarly, carbon dioxide can combine with magnesium hydroxide to give you MgCO3 plus water. So in all these cases, the non-metallic oxides, which behave as the acidic compound, they combine with bases, again produce salt and water. And solutions of these, they will be, in this case, it is a part of strong base and weak acid, so it will be basic, it is basic, it is also basic. So these solutions are generally basic in nature, because the compounds so produced on dissolution in water, they produce strong bases. Then we come to the conclusion, we will be now concluding what are acids and what are bases. So now the definition of acid is given by Arrhenius concept. All the acids are those substances which are producing H positive ions in the aqueous solution, and bases are those substances which produce OH negative ions in the aqueous solution. So now we got the information that acids, according to Arrhenius concept, acids are those substances which produce H positive ions in the aqueous solution, while bases are those substances which produce OH negative ions in the aqueous solutions. Now we come to the dilution of the acids and bases, how the solution of acids or bases, they are diluted. So whenever base or acid, they are dissolved in water, they produce lot of heat. It means the dissolution of acids or bases in water, it is a highly exothermic process. Therefore, whenever dilution is done, you will be not adding water to the acid, but opposite is done. It is the acid which is added in small lots to the calculated quantity of water, and it is regularly stirred, regularly इसको shake भी करना है, so that the heat produced that will be in lesser amount. If we do the reverse, we add water to the acid, and then it will produce lot of heat, and it can cause accident in the lab. It can break our glass apparatus with which we are performing the experiment. So for dilution purpose, what we are doing, we always add acid to the water or base to the water in small lots in the form of drops, so that the reaction proceed in a slow manner. The reaction should not be vigorous, so that it can vaporize the material which is present in the test tube or the apparatus, and it may avoid the accident which may occur if we are adding in a reverse manner. So whenever acids they are diluted, we always add acid in the form of drop by drop, in the form of drops to the water, so that heat produced that should be in lesser amounts, and it should not result in the accidents in the laboratory. Then how to calculate, how to express strength of the acid and bases. The strength of the acids and bases that can be expressed by means of pH scale. Here P stands for potence, potence means power. Power of hydrogen ion. So pH scale, it is used to express the acidic and basic character or neutral character of the solutions. Now what is pH? First of all, we define pH. pH is the negative logarithm, negative log of hydrogen ion concentration. So we can say log of H positive ion, it is the negative log of hydrogen ion concentration. First of all, pH is the negative power to which 10 must be raised in order to express hydrogen ion concentration. So this is hydrogen ion concentration, pH is the negative logarithm, pH is the negative power, taking log on both sides we get log of H positive ion, that is equal to minus pH, or pH can be equal to log of H positive ion. So coming to the upper definition, we now got the idea what is pH. It is the negative log of hydrogen ion concentration, pH is minus log of H positive ion. So if we want to express the acidic or basic character of a particular solution, we have a scale which is called as pH scale. So we also have the universal indicator papers which are dipped in that particular solution and change in color, that is then matched with the pH scale given along with the paper strip, and by matching we can establish what kind of nature of this solution is. Now pH scale. This scale is like this. It is similar to a scale. If these points are matched, this is the central point where pH is round about 7, here pH is 1, here it is 14. Now these letters, the acidic character is more in the beginning. When these letters go on decreasing in size, the acidic character is decreasing. Similarly, basic character is increasing on the right hand side in the same manner. pH of this solution is 7.